All right, let's talk about something really cool. Technology has basically shrunk a whole music studio down and stuck it right in your pocket. So let's jump right in.
You know that feeling, right? A killer idea for a melody or a beat just pops into your head, but by the time you get home to your keyboard or computer, poof, it's gone. So what if you could grab that idea the instant it happens?
So, why is this such a game changer? Well, to really get it, we gotta look at how things used to be. For a long time, making music meant running into some pretty huge roadblocks.
Think about a lot of the music you hear today, especially stuff like hip-hop or electronic music. It's kind of built like a collage. Producers take these little snippets of audio called samples, and then they often create loops, which are just samples that repeat over and over perfectly to build the whole backing track, or what we call the beat. I mean, these are the absolute building blocks.
And you can really see how the tools have changed over time. On one hand, you've got these absolute beasts of software like Pro Tools. Super powerful, yeah, but crazy complex and really designed for a full-blown professional studio. Then on the other hand, you have the more modern stuff. Think Ableton Live or the classic Akai MPC. They're way more focused on making beats for sure, a lot more accessible, but you're still pretty much chained to your desk to use them. So even with these newer, easier tools, there was still this one big problem that just wouldn't go away, especially for busy people. It's what I call the creator's dilemma. You just have no time and you have no space.
And this really gets to the heart of it. This quote just hits the nail on the head. Those pro-level tools, the DAWs, that's digital audio workstations, they were just out of reach for most of us. And it wasn't just the price tag, it was the insane learning curve.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who has the time to set aside a whole night to lock themselves in a room and try to figure out some super complicated software? That amazing idea you had on the train, it's a distant memory by then. There was just way too much getting in the way.
But what if we could just get rid of all that friction? What if this studio wasn't some special room, but something you're already carrying around? And that is the solution we're talking about. Music creation right in your pocket.
The magic behind this is something called a web app. So what is that? Well, it's not a program you have to download and install. You literally just open your web browser on your computer, your tablet, or, and this is the important part, your phone, and boom, it's right there. No installs, no annoying updates, it's just ready when you are. And this is the whole point. You can now literally take a song from your own music library, find that perfect little 2-second piece, and turn it into a totally new sample, all while you're on the bus, or waiting for your coffee, or just on your lunch break. That big wall that used to be there, it's just gone.
Okay, so how does this thing actually work in practice? You might be thinking it sounds complicated, but really, the whole process is just 5 super simple steps to take an idea and turn it into a loop you can actually use. Let's break it down.
Seriously, look at this. The whole thing is just 5 steps. First, you just upload a track right from your phone. Then you find the part you want, you tighten it up, maybe you throw on some effects to make it your own, and then you export it. And that's it. You've gone from a full song to a custom-made loop in just a few minutes. And don't think this is some watered-down tool. Just check out the control you have. There's a scrub mode that lets you literally drag the sound wave back and forth with your finger. You know, just like a DJ scratching a record. It lets you find the exact millisecond where you want your sample to start. It's just incredibly precise. And once you get it almost perfect, you can use these little nudge buttons to make tiny microscopic adjustments. And that right there is the kind of fine-tuning that makes a loop sound professional and tight instead of sloppy. And you're doing all of this just by tapping on your phone screen. It's pretty wild.
Okay, so you've done it. You captured that spark of an idea. You've polished this perfect little loop all on your phone. So, what's the big payoff? Well, this is where you get to really unleash your creativity.
And that's the big question, isn't it? You've got this awesome piece of audio that you made while you were out and about. What do you do with it? Is it just a neat little toy, or can it be something more? Well, here's your answer. The file you get out of this thing is a professional, high-quality WAV file. That means you can take it and drop it straight into the big leagues. We're talking Ableton Live, an Akai MPC, Serato Studio. There is absolutely zero compromise on sound quality. And that really closes the loop, doesn't it? That little idea that popped into your head while you were staring out the train window, you've captured it, you've shaped it, and now it's ready to be the core of a real, actual track. That huge gap that used to exist between having an idea and actually making something, it's basically vanished. So all those tools that used to be locked up in expensive studios, they're now literally in your pocket, just waiting for that next great idea to hit you.
The only thing standing in your way now is your own imagination. So the real question is, what are you going to create first?